Now we've got a bit of a VR emporium here with all these devices, and what's just arrived? This guy. Now I completely forgot about this. I've had the Vive and it's been amazing. It's been like a Gen 2, you know, when it first came out I was so amazed what it was. If you look back at a video, I'll point it up here, talked about July 2005 I think. I talked about VR and what I was expecting, but never expected something as good as the Vive. If you look at the card I'll link in this video, is a Virtual Insanity. Now I've gone through VR since 2001 with this guy, which was the first Sony headset, not VR, it was more of a flat screen, not wide FOV, it was watching movies, but I attached a sensor to it, and I'll go over this in a minute, in a little bit. What I do have with this guy, okay, so this is the non-bundle version. I just ordered it and I forgot all about it, it arrived. It doesn't come with the camera or the wands, but really to play all you need is the PS4 controller, the headset and the camera for the sensing. But the wands I guess help you work with like the Vive controllers, I guess they do. So this was $400, and for that price, and what I've read recently, I'm not expecting something as, as incorporated as the Vive with the room space and that kind of fidelity in the, your interactions within the game. But I'm seeing this as a much cheaper solution. If you think the PS4 is what, $400 plus the headset, so you're paying $800. That's what the Vive actually costs on its own without buying the PC. So if you're looking to get into VR a lot cheaper, then definitely the solution. And also at the moment there really isn't a massive amount of mature VR content out there. So strange little box there. So if you do want to play VR, but you don't want to spend all the money just to play like the little demos that are out there, because there's really not a lot of content, especially there's no AAA content. And obviously with Sony, they do everything from the hardware through to the software. They're really backing and they're making sure there's a lot of suppliers, development companies I would say, are getting involved in this. So yeah, we've got the quick guide stuff. I'm just really going to rip this open to see what we have. I'll probably do some overviews. So we got a big box there for the power supply. So it's like they need to fill a space. Definitely did that last. Headsets in there. So let's just have a quick look in here. Hope the camera's focusing because I'm not doing this. So yeah, I've had the Vive now since I got it the second week. So when everyone pre-ordered it, I had mine really early. And I had it the second week, so I've been playing it. And these videos, it's completely non-monetized channel. So if you just come in seeing this channel for the first time, I don't do millions of videos on VR games. I just do stuff that I think's like a bit new, new technology or push in a different way, or a new game that I really like, I'll do. But the channel's really random. It's not monetized. I don't care much about the massive viewer count. It's just out of personal interest, really. So this is the box. So the HMD headset that I showed you there, that had a little box like this too. So it splits the video, so it'll put HDMI into your PC and then into your TV. So this does a very similar thing. I've read that it does a little bit of encoding tech, so it helps the FOV change between the helmet and the screen. So when you are playing it with people who are not inside the VR, that they can see it on the TV and they can interact with you and you're inside of it. So it does quite a lot of tech. It's got a little fan on there, a cooler. It's got USB power supply, a little HDMI to your TV and HDMI out to your PC. Apologies of the dog. And two plugs there for the helmet, so I think that's just standard USB and HDMI plug in the box. So yeah, I've not read a massive amount on this, so it might not be 100% just a USB. And then there's your power supply. Now the headset, I'm assuming doesn't have headphones. Kato, get out of here, dog. The headset doesn't have headphones inbuilt like this does, like the HMD does. They're built in here, and I actually like that. I thought it's quite good just to keep it all in, because you're not playing with wires over your head and all that kind of stuff. But these have come up with these are like mobile headphones. So yeah, I probably won't use them. I'll probably use my Sennheiser headphones. And then what else is in the box? We got a microfiber cloth. We got the headset. We got a disc with loads of demos on. So maybe I'll play some of those and capture them. We'll see. I really want to see what the ergonomics are like, to be honest. So yeah, this looks like a cable with a breakout box on it. There we go. So there's your 2 ports. That's basically an extension from the box that I showed you here. So you plug this cable in there, and then you get this huge extension, and the headset can plug into that. HDMI lead. So that's going from your... I would assume there's 2 of those. So this plugs into the cable I just showed here, and it plugs into the unit. And then on here you got little controllers, so we've got power, mute, and then volume up and down. So yeah, we can plug our headphones in just there. So let's unravel, and let's see what this is all about. You can see it's quite a pretty unit. It's not the most high quality of constructions. It's mostly China plastic, and the actual curtain around your face here, which allows you to block out as much light as possible around those huge lenses, is quite nice. It's super thin, it's light. Hopefully it's not irritative at all. It seems like the band is quite thick on the back. It's not just like a strap at all. Very elasticity, so you just put that over your head and it should just click back in place. It's got reinforcement plastic on the side with actual rubber band in there, it looks like. And then on the back, similar to the mod that I did a long time ago in 2011, they got a little fettling tightener there, so once you've got it on there you can just lock it in. The strap is nicely designed. It comes down the left hand side within that area there. Say no headphones, they provide you the kind of mobile earplug headphones. But this looks like it's out the way and it doesn't get tangled at all when you pull that guy back. That's quite nice. Oh, and I say that and it does as soon as I do it. Should be okay. It does. Maybe it's just because I'm not wearing it. I'm sure they've tried that many times. We've got the sensors around the front, Sony logo on the top. I don't know if you can see that. And the pad on the top's quite good. It's probably like 3/4 of an inch maximum thickness, but it's over a large surface area, which is the good thing. The wider that area, the more it displaces the weight across your forehead, and then really thick, even a little bit thicker on the back it looks like. So it kind of clamps your head there. And the purpose of all this is to get the weight of this front unit, all the electronics, the screens in here, off the front of your head, because that's what's kind of fatiguing and it spoils it. So if you look at the similar thing on the Vive, this, it does have the strap over your head, so it just kind of spread that load, and it tries to cup around the back of your head. That actually sits like that, but it still feels like a face mask. And although I don't find it very fatiguing, after 2 hours plus, it does start to get a little bit irritating, I guess. And not used this yet, but we'll see. Okay, so the Sony's meant to be a little bit lighter. The Vive's got its gel skin on, but it only weighs a few grams, I believe. So it's saying the Vive's like 380, and the Sony is like 460, is that right? Yeah, so it's like 50 grams more, which is very little. I mean, they are super light, considering they're both well under 500. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm pretty impressed, very impressed. I like the lights, very cool. So yeah, these are the sensor lights. I've got my camera up there, so I just have the old camera from the PS4, I don't have the new one. Works fine. I don't know what people are on about with the tracking. They said the tracking's not really good. Now, I've not been walking around the room like I would in the Vive, but I was definitely crawling around a little bit, looking, some of the demos, I was looking around, I never had the problem. Sometimes I would step out. I watched a few videos where people said they were within a meter and they'd get back and it would lose contact of them. And I've been like probably 3 or 4 meters away, no problem really. I think it's really comfortable. The ergonomics are fantastic. The only issues I was having is got some kind of orb on like a semicircle on each side, and if I brought it out a little bit, it would disappear and it'd be perfect. But then I would get light bleeding in from around the curtains. So I'm sure playing it in a duller room, I wouldn't care about that. It did it perfectly, but because it was really sunny in here today playing, I've wanted it closer in, one thing that's been great about that, regardless of where I put it, the focus is fantastic. So the actual focus zone, if you will, or the depth of field for the focus that works, the tolerance is a lot bigger than the Oculus and the Vive that I could tell. The resolution, I don't see any of the what do they call it, the grid pattern of the pixels that you would see. I don't see any of that at all. I mean, it's because the screen is RGB, so you get 3 pixels per what you would on a normal pixel, because it's the RGB breakdown, so you're not seeing that grid whatsoever. What else about it? So the ergonomics, super comfortable. I can see myself, I played a lot of games. These guys I bought for like $5 a while back. When I knew the PSVR was going to use these, I just found them second hand. Never used them before. They work great. You know, I was really impressed with those. The controller works great. It doesn't track anything like the Vive controllers do, but that's expected, you know, just with the light being read on the camera and then the geometrical sensors in there, I guess. That's all it uses, but it was fine. And with any game, any tilting or moving around I would do, it would represent it quite well. And you could look at the controls in the screen. Say ergonomics, absolutely fantastic. I really see myself with this actually different than the Vive. The Vive, I like to actually do the room scale stuff, walk around, and it's really intricate. You know, you can bend down, pick, you can really explore. With this, I found it was just so comfortable. It would just be like more lazy gaming. So I'll pull up the beanbag, just lie against that, you know, and it's just so comfortable. Like even watching some of the movies, fantastic. The definition is definitely not there like the Vive. You don't see the grid, as I said, but you do. It is a little bit less definite. But once you're involved in playing the game, no worries whatsoever. It's absolutely fantastic. Weight, yeah, they're having the actual kind of the helmet support. I mean, they copied my idea that I had on the thing here, and to displace the center of gravity on your head, and it works. Works really, really well. I didn't, you know, playing it for like 2 hours or so, maybe a bit longer. No fatigue whatsoever. I could definitely just jump back in it, and I probably will. There was light behind me a lot with the sun coming in, and as I say, with that light bleed, it really refracts in the lenses. So you really have to make sure you don't get the light bleed in strong sun like that. As the sun went down, no problems whatsoever. You know, I could pull it out a little bit. You have to be careful about that. I'm sure people with glasses on would have that problem even more, because you've got more glass in there for the light to bounce around in there. For the money, absolutely amazing. They've done such a good job. They've nailed the ergonomics, and I think that's a big part of VR. You know, it's feeling comfortable. It's so easy. Just that focus field is so much bigger. The tolerance, so you're not messing around. If you move your head, it doesn't go out of focus, and you have to get back in that, you know, in that focus zone. So they've nailed that, and I think that's most of the VR. You know, and next step, what the Vive Oculus don't really have yet, is the content, I believe. I play a lot of Vive games, and they're generally pretty short life. They're a great novelty, but you know, there's been like 2 or 3 games that I probably have put more than 10 hours in. So I think Sony that will be completely different. I think a lot of the investment they're doing in developers, there will be a lot of AAA stuff that you will play till the end, like you would a 2D screen game. But yeah, for $400, I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it's a great addition to what we have for VR. I'm so glad. I actually forgot about the PlayStation VR. I was having so much my Vive, and I thought it was generations ahead, that I kind of forgot about the PlayStation. I thought when I get it, I'll be excited to play with it, but I might not keep it even. And now it's like, it fulfills a different thing for me. It's much more of a, you know, what the console has been for me for a long time. As I primarily play PC games, console is more of a lazy gaming, kind of sit on the couch. I don't want to sit at my desk, mouse and keyboard. And that's what this is going to be, I think. It's going to be much more relaxed on my beanbag. I mean, the one where you're kind of doing the Louvre downhill, I was just laid on my beanbag playing that, and it was fantastic. It was so relaxing, so much fun. I didn't get any motion blur with this. On the Vive, I've had a couple of games where they've like knocked me sick. Not motion blur, sorry, just sickness, motion sickness from being disorientated. I really didn't get that with this whatsoever. It's really, really nice. Anyway, I didn't want to do a review. There's loads of fantastic reviews out there. I just wanted to kind of do a quick video on my view of it. I'll probably do a couple of games on it. If there's any games I think will be interesting to do some videos of, I'll figure out how to capture them and do that. And hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.